it's going to be kind of an intro, plus also talking, Q&A, things like that. Hello everybody, my name is Chris. Welcome to Drunk Tarot. We are here at Captain Quackenbush's in Austin, Texas, and I have my co-host Anna here, and we're going to throw a good show today, guys, so make sure you stick around, like, subscribe, all that cool stuff. So.
Who is that? Okay, it is 7 o'clock.
Hello, everybody. Thank you guys so much for showing up and joining us for Drunk Tarot. We're going to be getting started in a couple minutes. Basically, the first half of the show is going to work as us introducing ourselves, how the event is going to be run, and how we're going to be doing our readings and whatnot, and also just kind of doing some general chats with you guys. And then starting around 7:30, we're going to get into the readings. So please make sure that if you have not signed up for a reading, you check in with Hutch back there. In order to be eligible for a reading, you have to purchase something at either the bar or the bakery and give a ticket over to Hutch so that way we can get you signed up. All of the readings are anonymous, so that makes it free for us to be able to talk and joke as much as we'd like to. This is supposed to be a comedic, fun event, so we're going to try to keep it lighthearted, but we are very honest tarot readers, so be prepared for anything, okay? I don't know if there's anything else. Yeah, so we'll do the first half readings. It's going to be 3 minutes per reading. There's going to be about 6 readings, and then we're going to switch to comedy. It's going to be me and Anna just basically talking. Right now, we're kind of doing a more improv-esque comedy night today. So be prepared for anything, as I said. And then we'll get into the next round of tarot readings. Yeah. So, all right, enjoy. Make sure you get yourself settled, and then we'll get started in a couple minutes. It is going to be fun. I mean, I don't know anything about Mystery Tarot.
I don't either. I'm going to make sure that see if anybody calls us on it. I thought, like, we can talk about our history with it, right? We can talk about our history with it.
Yeah, so I think maybe what we should do is just basically talk about how, well, I'm going to talk about how Drunk Tarot got started.
Okay.
And what actually that was about. So I'm going to do that, then I'm going to talk about my background as a spiritual practitioner, and then we'll get into what you do, and then we can kind of do that with the reading. We have to tell them what a tarot reading is. Yeah, we can do that. But we have to tell them what is a tarot reading, how does that work, because we've got people that are doing readings.
I just wanted to plug, if y'all could plug that you have information to tip in the back. I feel like it's a little bit information overload with the signing up for the door prize and the this, and they don't really know y'all yet, so I feel like pushing the tips that early. So just try to remember to let them know, like, if you love what you're seeing, like, throughout the thing that we have our Venmos in the back.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, let me. Oh yeah, and just a reminder for the door prize, make sure you sign up for that as well. Basically, you've got to make sure your information's written back there in order to be eligible. We will announce the winners of the door prize at the end of the show. We have 2 door prizes as well.
And here's my solemn vow, my solemn promise that we will not sign you up for anything sordid using your information. It's just prizes tonight.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. I think those car extended warranty people.
Right.
They are owed something. You know, they have my family hostage.
Right.
So
They work hard. They
work hard for their money. They do. There should have been sheets with the drinking as well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They're all
I don't
in
know,
there, right?
because I see a couple tables that don't have it. also explain the drinking game as well.
Wait, what?
The drinking game.
Okay.
I'm just, it's like at first I was gonna say I'm anxious, and then I realized I'm more than anything.
Yeah.
So, yeah. If I were by myself, I'd be terrified. So I appreciate you being
Of
here.
course.
You know,
Yeah, I
you-
would never be able to do this by myself. Are you fucking kidding me? No, thank
Yeah,
you.
with you?
Yeah.
Yes. Myself, give me like a couple more weeks on the floor.
Yeah, yeah. And I would need at least one whole drink instead of like sipping on one.
Hello, 4 people. How are you? Make sure you check out the merch at the store, okay?
Love it.
Just kind of let people get settled and get started. We'll wait till she's done signing up the box. We're gonna go ahead and get started. Just because that looks like the main.
I'm actually really excited. That's really cool. And I'm glad we're bringing business to France too. You know, that's nice. How much was it for us to reserve? Nothing. Nothing?
Probably not every week because it's pretty busy, but that's why I'm emphasizing purchases for the bar. It's that normal silence that just goes when the show starting.
Weird. It's unsettling.
It is. All right, everybody, we're going to go ahead and get started. Welcome to Drunk Tarot. My name is Christian. I'm a professional tarot reader and spiritual consultant. And this is my co-host.
My name is Anna. I've been doing tarot reading and medium work for 14 years. Hello.
Woohoo, yeah. Yeah, thank you guys so much for coming out and supporting us. I'm going to kind of give an overview of how the event is going to work. Just for the new people that came in and to kind of understand what's going on here, because there's a bunch of different little things going on. As you may have seen, there's a door prize, so please make sure that you sign up. We're going to announce winners of the door prize at the end of the evening. Also, if you are interested in a tarot reading, you have to purchase something either at the bar or the bakery, get a ticket, and then you can sign up over there. We're going to do the readings starting at 7:30 or so. And basically each reading is about 3 minutes long, and they're all going to be anonymous, so we're going to be randomly picking whatever numbers you chose. So please make sure you remember what your number is, and that will be important to whose reading is going on at the time. The other piece of it is you may, depending on where you're sitting, there's a list of different drinking items. So basically we're going to be playing a little drinking game as we go. So we know that whenever listening to other people's tarot readings, it can get a little boring. So depending on whatever your astrology sign is, you have different special drinking instructions. So if you don't know what your zodiac sign is, we have all of the days printed out for you to find out what your birthday is and what zodiac sign you are. And then you just go ahead and follow along with what's on there. So that's fun thing.
We see your outfits, though. We know that you know what your sign is. Like, let's just be honest.
See, if we want to make this really tricky to see how much they're into, spirituality and stuff, is we got to figure out the rising sign, okay? Or we got to do the Lilith moon.
I don't know. I don't know mine.
Yeah.
Somebody over here can definitely tell me what it is, though, if I told y'all my time of birth. I know y'all.
Listen, some people, you can look at them and be like, I know what time you were born.
Yeah.
I don't know. Some astrology people, they are intense.
Yeah.
I am afraid to get readings from them. I mean, tarot readers, I kind of understand what tarot readings are
Yeah.
now, but astrology people, that's a science I don't touch. Okay? I'm trying to think if there's anything else to sign up. Because We went over the drinking game, the readings, the door prize. Yeah.
I just have to do more intros now.
Just do intros? Okay. All right, cool. So just to kind of do a little introduction about how Drunk Tarot got started. So it all started way back in 2021, all right, during the pandemic. I was a lonely person. And what had happened was I had a group of online friends who I randomly pitched to them and I said, hey, wouldn't it be funny if I got really drunk and sassed people about their relationships? And a lot of people liked that idea. So what did I do? I set up my little laptop in my apartment, had 3 rounds of tequila shots with wine, and I was just doing shot after shot and reading people's tarot cards. And for a first live stream, I had over 15 people show up. So for a first live stream, I was like, okay, interesting. And not all of them were people I knew. So that was a little interesting. At the time, I was kind of in the closet about my tarot reading. I was very much like, I'm just going to do this on the side, not really going to tell people. And then I was getting drunk on the internet. So what happened following that was enough people afterwards said, hey, when is the next Drunk Tarot coming? And I said, what next Drunk Tarot? Okay, I guess I'll do another one. And so then, long story short, since 2021, I've been doing live streams on YouTube and drinking and sassing people about their relationships. It's a good time. Things have kind of come and gone. There's been a lot of ebbs and flows, but I have a great community on there now. And it's been a good time. So originally, I am from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and so I just moved down here back in 2022.
Don't look at me. I don't know what
I don't know your name. Who are you? Sorry, you're giving me strength by looking at you. But yeah, back in 2022 of October. So I've been in Austin for about 2 years now, and I've been gradually. What are you doing?
You were flawless. You just kept going. I had a whole leg out and everything.
Oh, I'm sorry. Anyways, but yeah, so I've been doing Mind Over Mania, which is my business. It's all about keeping your head above the chaos. And one of my passions with spirituality is about unifying psychology, spirituality, and science together. I believe that they should all be working together, and I'm a huge mental health advocate. I've been a suicide awareness advocate for a long time, so thank you. Gotta support that mental health. So yeah, but in general, that's how Drunk Tarot got started, and me and Anna here, since I met her down here in Austin, we have been doing vendor markets together, we've been doing live streams, and now we're doing our first live show. So I think that's pretty cool. We've come a long way. So I'm going to pass it over to Anna to have her talk about her experience being a spiritual counselor.
Woohoo!
Yeah.
Hi, everybody. My name is Anna. I also go by Annie. I am from Deep East, Texas. This town is so small, I had 39 people in my graduating class. I lived by a lake where it was a very religious community, which is great. But I have been seeing spirits since I was 7 years old. And my mom was a psychiatric nurse. So she was not thrilled to hear about the things that I was seeing. But you know what? We pushed through and we have a great relationship now. So, it's lake tea. So, I started doing tarot reading when I was 21, and it happened after my sister called me from Kansas, and I was in Texas, and she said, Annie, there's something I really need to tell you. It's very important that you have to be here face to face. And whenever your sister says something like that, you go. Right, you go. So there I go, fly over, and she says, before I tell you this thing, we have to go to this fairy festival because I want this to start out okay. And I was like, okay, let's go to this fairy festival because I've always been this, right? So we go and I get my tarot cards read, and I don't know if any of y'all know anything about tarot cards, but the tower is whenever you have built your life around a belief and it is false and it is about to fall out from under you. I don't remember what my first or my second card was, but my future was the tower. that was the first reading I'd ever gotten, and boy, was that news tower worthy. So from then on, I was like, oh, they were trying to like help me and get me prepared for this news. Kind of like one of those little doctor clipboards. It's like, you know, patient is aggressive, will spit, you know, things like that. So from then on, I decided to use tarot cards as my way to help people navigate the harder times in their lives. And I have gotten several people have thanked me, because I am not going to tell you it's going to be all okay in daisies and roses. I'm going to tell you, here comes the pile. This is how you step over it, and this is how you navigate through it. And that is my job. Anyway, all right.
All right. Well, thank you so much for that introduction. I guess to kind of get things started a little bit, I do want to discuss what a tarot reading is and to kind of give a vibe of how our readings are actually going to work tonight. So how many of you guys out there have had your tarot read before? Okay, good. A majority of you. You know what you're signing up for, okay?
Good.
Yeah, so basically just to kind of rehash, tarot reading, it's basically, you are using a deck of cards as a divination tool to talk to your spirit guides, angels, ancestors, whoever you talk to and channel. We pull a couple cards and we get you messages from the universe. So in general, if you did sign up for a reading, we hope that you had a question. If not, we're just going to go general. And sometimes we may get derailed. I too am an honest tarot reader. I'm very much the type of person that I'm just going to say it how it is. So if there's something weird going on, you're going to hear about it, right? That's why we're making these anonymous, because they want them to be fun and lighthearted.
But it's gonna be okay, guys. You're in good company. Like, it's gonna. Don't worry, we've got you. And I'm pretty sure, just looking around, we're all kind of getting the same vibe of trauma, people pleasing, relationship problems. I think we're all kind of on the same.
I smell the daddy issues. It's okay. We're all in therapy together. Publicly. See, it's like, even though you're a counselor, but you're not like technically a therapist.
Yeah.
And I can tell you, as now having transitioned from doing tarot readings casually to doing them professionally, there's definitely a threshold that you find that you end up in a lot of situations that are kind of like counseling work. And so that's actually something that I'm very passionate about educating people about with my organization, Mind Over Mania. Because there's a lot of people that are going out there and doing spiritual work. They are sometimes getting involved in situations that may not necessarily be best suited for a spiritual practitioner or someone that's not trained. So I'm very big on advocating, saying, hey, if you are a spiritual practitioner or if you are seeking guidance, there are social workers, there are therapists, there are other resources out there that can help support you. And getting spiritual folks aware of what those resources are is really helpful. I know from myself, I've been amazed with the sorts of things people have opened up and shared with me personally as a tarot reader. And one cool thing that both me and Anna have done, because we're both really passionate about mental health and mental health awareness, last year we were at the Capitol advocating for Social Workers Awareness Day. So we had a booth, and we were talking to a police officer. We were talking to some very religious people that were very convicted, and they were coming up to our booth and talking to us in a certain kind of way, and it was, we're just gonna say that. It was all good, and we also nearly got hit by a car.
Every time, it is tradition that every time that me and Chris are about to get together to do anything, a car accident happens. And I don't know what that means. I don't want to read my cards about it. I'm scared about that point. But at this wonderful event in the Capitol, there really was a lot of very supportive people, and there was support for trans people, for people who were homeless, for all these sorts of things. It was a really wonderful cause. And we did have some very passive-aggressive groups come up, because tarot cards are sometimes seen as evil or devil work, but it is all about how you use your tool, right? You can use a hammer to kill somebody, or you can build a house. And I use. Go ahead.
Can you kill somebody with a tarot card?
It's
No, it'll just be like
like some Gambit
yeah,
stuff.
Gambit from X-Men.
Yeah.
So we are dangerous. I'm
Yeah.
just saying. You
Yeah.
gotta watch out.
I won't. You know what? Y'all don't know the meanings of my words. Of my cards. I could make up anything and like be vaguely threatening. So anyway, what else do we want to tell them? Or do we want to just get started?
Well, let's see. We're gonna have to go back and get the readings or the questions and
Can I ask
whatnot.
for a favor?
Yeah,
Do you
absolutely.
mind if we move this so we can see your wonderful face?
Oh yeah,
Absolutely.
Yes.
Thank you.
I'm sorry, the YouTube people.
Okay,
You gotta make sure your ankle is a little more prominent now.
It's the ankles. I swear. Like. Thank you.
Thank you. Awesome.
I thought that was a shot. I was like, yes.
Listen, that is also tarot.
It is.
It is from tarot. So I will not be drinking tonight, but my
I
friend
will.
Anna here is.
I
So
will be
I'm gonna be
drinking.
managing her and making sure that she's civil and stays on the stage.
wait, not you guys got into car accidents, right?
No.
No.
It just happened in front of us. Like we were walking across the street and boom. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
basically how the car accident happened on the social workers day was we were coming back from getting food and we just happened to be crossing the street and this guy came out really fast and rear-ended somebody and it was like basically from here to that table away. So then we immediately went into like emergency vibes and we like walk over the car and like, hey, how are you doing? You know, like trying to like calm him down or whatever. And it's like at this point we've been through so many like random emergencies that we just know the drill and then walked away and was like, oh, we're just trained for trauma at this
Yeah.
point.
And I forgot to tell you the other day before we met, somebody rear-ended somebody like right in front of me over there. So
Wait, what?
yeah, that was before we met. So I didn't want the tradition to continue because today it
Well,
didn't
now
happen.
you jinxed it. You
Well,
pulled
today
it
it didn't happen. It didn't happen
No,
today.
it did happen today because when I was trying to pull in, I nearly got hit by a car coming in here. Why didn't you tell me?
I was hoping. I was hoping maybe it was the thing
It's
that you
gonna
don't
get me
talk
killed.
about. It's not me. It's
I don't know. It's the universe.
It's the universe. Why is the universe trying to crush us?
I don't know. We're like dandelions. You just can't get rid of us.
We just grow and
Go
crack.
back and we just like scream,
We just
emerging from concrete. Okay, all right. So we've got our list of readings. So we're gonna go ahead. Would you like to read first?
Sure. How many readings do we got?
So it's 6 readings, and then we're gonna break, and then
Okay.
yeah. So
Would you mind if I took that after you get the first question?
Yes.
3 more readings.
Oh, well, here.
yeah, absolutely.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, so what's gonna happen is we're gonna do 6 readings
Okay.
first, and then we're gonna break to do us doing our comedy bit, aka swapping stories about what it's like being a tarot reader, and doing some Q&A. Feel free to interact with us because we're weird. Just because I got Zoloft eyes does not mean that I'm scared. Sorry, someone told me that earlier today.
We're medicated. We're not
We're medicated,
dangerous.
we're fine.
All right. So let's see. The first question. Okay, so I read the. Chris has to prepare me because I have ADHD and I don't remember why I'm here.
Okay. Oh, don't spill that.
Oh, I'm gonna do it.
Don't threaten me with a good time.
I'll make a mess.
Okay. So we're gonna randomly select. So these are all the numbers of people who have already pulled.
Okay.
Alright, so we're gonna randomly. Yep. So we're gonna do it by random.
Oops, sorry. Okay, well you do that. Well, you pull your card at random. I use the Fae deck, and this deck was made by Mara Agam, and you guys can look up the art. It's very beautiful. They were hand done. Now they're mass produced, but I have one of the decks that wasn't mass produced. I'll get real snooty about this.
Alright. So the first reading that is going to be up for tonight, it's number 22. All right, and 22's question is, what message do I need to hear right now?
Okay, here we go.
Everybody needs to take a drink after that.
Number 22. Your relationship is taking up so much of your attention that you're keeping yourself from actual like other beautiful things. It's distracting you, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with being distracted by a good man or a good they. But also, don't forget to touch some grass sometime. Like, get out, hug a tree. Remember that the rest of the world is also here with you. And also know that just because this person has saved you from a majority of your stress right now, and they're really fitting into those missing puzzle pieces really well right now, it doesn't mean that the stress isn't there. You still have to deal with the stress. And if you get help dealing with the stress instead of just ignoring it, that might end up just a little bit better for you. That's what you needed to hear, okay?
So I'm applying too much pressure.
I've only got 2 arms.
Why don't you have more?
I know. Let's ask the cards.
Yeah, we each have our own unique way of reading cards. I just randomly pulled them from the deck, and then she has a whole
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what it's called.
roulette.
I was not allowed to be a tarot reader growing up, so I literally had to teach myself how to be a tarot reader. So if I'm up here doing something weird, just leave me alone. Okay? Stop judging me, leave me alone.
Yeah, I think we're both self-taught.
Yeah, we are both self-taught. Good. They're gonna be like, what the hell is that? So the next part of what you need here is stop traveling so much. There's no reason to be, like, you do need to get out and touch grass, but we don't need to go on vacation and be avoiding all these responsibilities. It's really important for you to be in the situation because that's where you're learning your lessons, okay? This, you, hold on. It's a PG show. Hold on one second.
PG-13.
Oh, PG-13. PG, okay.
You just can't say certain F words.
Yeah, the F word. Okay,
We're trying, okay?
so the next card I got was the devil, and that means overindulgence. But this was inverted, which means you're not giving yourself enough of what you need. Nutritious food, good relationships, healthy environments, that kind of stuff. You're really good at partying. You're really good at making those toxic boyfriends or thems. But what you need is some good wholesome fiber and some good wholesome fiber friends that are. Don't worry about that.
I was like, what is a fiber friend?
They help keep you sturdy and regular. The next one is the Name of Swords, and that is balancing your will to fight with people. Don't stop being such a jellyfish whenever these hard situations. You're gonna make it. Like, no situation that a human is presented with is something that a human cannot overcome and accomplish and conquer. And if you need help from your good fiber friends that are keeping you regular, that's what you do, and that's what they're there for. I ask Chris the craziest shit all the time. Like, how do I deal with this dimensional demon? Like, what do I do? Just make sure that you're there for yourself, the good part of yourself, and you're also having fun. I'm not saying that you can't also have fun, but make sure that you're also taking your vitamins, okay?
All right. That was our first reading, number 22.
Woo!
Yeah, thank you for sharing your energy with us and your life story. Even though you didn't say anything, but you volunteered, so we're all gonna hear it. Okay, so the next number up is number 15. We're gonna see what question 15 had.
Don't get too giggly. We'll know who you are.
Good looking. All right. Is it okay to stop being friends with my ex even though I feel guilty? Does that mean I owe them my time and support still? I got some feelings, but
Listen, we've all got feelings about exes, okay? But we're asking the cards, and maybe this ex is going to be the exemption, or whatever.
The example exemption. Okay, that's fine. Hold on, let's just keep going. Okay.
yeah, let them know what kind of cards they got.
Well, what if they enter? Ooh, I don't like your ex at all.
She does not like the ex.
The cards
She
don't
does
like.
not like the ex.
It's not just me, it's the cards too. Okay. Okay, is it okay for you to stop being friends with your ex? First of all, if you continue being friends with your ex, the first thing that I got was the Ace of Wands, and she represents growth and new beginnings. But she is upside down, which means you are literally stifling yourself, staying in this rotten, ugly soil with this dude. The second thing is the Ten of Pentacles. And look at this lady, she's also upside down, and she's trying to create. She's just trying to paint. Okay? And there's this dude. And my favorite, the Seven of Chalices upside down. Which means, the Seven of Chalices right side up is mind games and its illusions. You are already past. You already know what his illusion game is. You already know. Why are you going back to his bullshit? They don't change, guys. They don't. If it quacks, if it waddles, if it's got feathers, it is not an elephant overnight. Okay, nobody does that.
And this is insert our Captain Quackenbush's reference.
Yeah,
Here,
Captain Quack!
if it looks and quacks like a duck, it may be your ex, or it may be a pastry. We can't tell. All right, what's
Okay.
more to this reading? We got a few more minutes here.
So this is, even though you feel guilty, don't feel guilty, first of all. So this is what will happen. That's what will happen if you stay, okay? Block in your growth, your creativity, and you're going to get bored with all the mind games. And this is what happens if you go.
Should I stay or should I go?
Should I stay or should I go now? You like that little shimmy?
First it was the ankle, now the shimmy.
I know, it's just getting wild up
Calm
here.
down.
The first one I get is the Knight of Pentacles, and he is traveling, and he's handsome, and he's adventurous, and he's got money, okay? He's got a big bunny, and he's got money, and he's traveling, okay? He's got bunny and money, and the next thing is the Two of Chalices, and this is supposed to be a lover's card, but it is upside down, which means it is time for you. It is time for independent growth, and not relying on other people to therapy your feelings from your childhood trauma, okay? It is you figuring out you, and you've got this, okay? Next thing is the Six of Swords, and that is intellect and knowing when to fight, what to put your sword against, okay? We all have that deep down knowledge, but if there's some dude, some person over here yapping at us, it is a lot harder to pay attention to our inner strengths with somebody constantly putting us down with their BS. Even though we know it's BS, it's still too loud, okay? You do not have to settle for less because you are not less.
Yeah! That's right. That's right.
Okay, that was our reading for number 15. Okay. Next up is number 14.
Okay.
Says, I just quit my job with no backup. What the F is next for me? Well, that is a great question, and here's the thing I'm going to tell you, because I literally just got out of that situation myself. Part of what drew me to Austin was I didn't know the direction my life was going to take. 9 to 5 was a huge drain to me, and especially going through a spiritual awakening where suddenly, oh my gosh, I went from having no real spiritual understanding to I see dead people and I hear spirits and I'm supposed to exist in a normal world. I'm supposed to exist and live life. And what I can tell you from my personal journey is that the universe is going to take care of you, and whatever you're meant to do, the resources will come to you. I can't tell you how many times, even though I'd be sitting there struggling and thinking, man, I'm not going to make it, and then that thing pops up right in time. That happened to me recently where I was kind of struggling to find a job, and I was really hard on myself. And then recently, I got a job, so I'm working again, and I'm obviously doing things like this, but just always understand that the universe does have your back. It may feel stressful. You may have people telling you this, that, or whatever. It always works out in the end. So the more confident you're in yourself, the easier it'll be.
Yeah.
Nice. Sage advice. I love that. All right. So the first card I got was the Ace of Swords. Ace of Swords, and it's moving forwards. That means you were supposed to leave. That means you were supposed to go. I don't know how your boss was treating you. I don't know what the environment was. I don't know why your stomach twisted every single time you had to walk through that door and see those same people. You made the right choice. You were supposed to leave. You were uncomfortable because you were supposed to leave. A flower doesn't grow in the wrong soil. You were in the wrong soil. You did great job making that decision. The second card is the Knight of Swords, and let me tell you, she is ready for battle. The Ace of Swords is for a mission. Like, you have to move forward on your mission, and that's why you left. You knew that this was holding you back from your mission, and you've got to keep it going. The next card is the Knight of Swords, and it is time to fight. This is, you're going to run into it. You know exactly what it looks like. You know the danger. You are a snake wrangler, and there's a snake. Like, you know what it is. The last card is you actually getting to reconnect with the Three of Pentacles, with your art, and be able to create that beautiful thing, and actually having a mentor that, number one, believes in you, 2, recognizes your talents, and 3, gives you a place to do it. You can't do this without leaving the BS PG-13 first. You can't find the good environments without leaving the bad. And an environment doesn't have to be horrible for it not to be a good environment for you. That's okay. If you're with a partner and you're like, well, he's not horrible, it doesn't mean he's good for you, and you don't have to feel bad about leaving them. It's okay to want more. It's okay. All right. Thank you.
See, we're not just tarot readers. We're motivational speakers.
Aggressive.
We lured you in. You're going to leave and feel so empowered, and then, I don't know, you're going to quit your job, and then you're going to come back and blame us. And we'll be like, quit your job. We did that. Yeah. Have a backup plan. Make friends.
Make those good fiber friends. Okay, number 1, the wisest in reverse. You do not know everything, but it is okay because you have the heart and the passion for it. Everybody needs to keep learning about the stuff that they're passionate about. You never stop learning. Don't be hard on yourself when you get back into that environment and realize you don't know all the things. That's normal. That's a normal human response thing to do. If you're a perfectionist, I'm talking to you. It's okay to not be good at the thing that you're trying. My rule is, listen very carefully because this is the most important thing I will say tonight. If you will not say it to a child, and you would not say it to somebody you love, we do not say it to ourselves. Period. That brings us to our next card. Strength is upside down. You're going to feel like a dumbass. You are. You're going to feel like a dumbass. And it's okay. It's okay to feel like a dumbass. Because whenever everybody starts riding a bicycle, how many times are you going to fall? A lot. Unless you have cool training wheels. The next thing is the Nine of Pentacles. Your family's not going to like your new job. Hate to tell you, they're not going to like it. They're going to they're going to complain. They're going to complain about it. Let them cry. They're not as good as you are. They never were. You're going to be great at this. There you go.
It's like, quick, get the message out.
Go.
All right. How you doing?
I'm doing great.
You feeling great?
Yeah.
How are you guys feeling? How's the audience doing? Woo! Awesome. All right.
How many have we done? Is it your turn?
Yeah, you have done 3 so far. We
Out
have
of the 6?
out of 6. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's 3 minutes per reading.
All right, let's go.
Yeah, let's go.
Woo, let's
Okay.
go.
All right. We're gonna switch it up, and we're gonna do number 2.
Okay.
All right. So number 2's question is, what's the key happiness to life?
That's a good question.
Cheese. For me, it's cheese.
When I turned 35, First of all, whenever I turned 30 and my hormones finally chilled, and my friends had all had their babies, my hormones chilled. I turned my head to sneeze very delicately into the wind, and I popped my shoulder out of place. So my body is immediately. And let me tell you what the key in my own personal opinion, I love you guys, but I don't give an F what you think about me. And I really do like you guys. I love the vibe in here. Y'all are all very friendly, and I love the faces in here. But at the end of the day, Okay, go ahead. Your turn.
What do I do?
What do I do?
What do I follow up with that? But yeah, no. When it comes to happiness, there's so many people trying to sell us what that means, right?
What did I just say?
Yeah, what did I just say? Look, there it is.
There it is. There in the cards.
What? Man, y'all are feisty.
But yeah, everybody's trying to sell us something about happiness, and here at Drunk Tarot, at Quacks, we're trying to give you guys the best insights that we possibly can. At the end of the day, regardless of what kind of spiritual message you ever receive from a person, you get to determine what that means to you, and you get to take whatever you want out of the life you're living. At the end of the day, I feel like if you're always searching externally, there's a certain point where it gets hard, especially we've got a lot of things going on. I know, because we're both mental health people, and the last week alone has been crazy for both of us personally. And also just in general, happiness can be kind of hard to find, especially right now. But taking it easy one day at a time and also not putting pressure on yourself to be happy all the time, I think really helps to even things out and to remember that you're loved very much regardless of what it feels like. And I like to tell people that a lot because I think love has a lot to do with happiness. And I'm not crying. I'm just losing breath because I'm talking too fast. But yeah, remembering that you're
I'm not
loved.
emotional, I'm asthmatic.
I have no more emotions. But yeah, reminding yourself that, and then if you can't find the love externally, try to find it within yourself. I think that always will do better than trying to find some magic formula for you. But anyway, back to the cards.
Woo! So the cards for this question, the first one is the handy dandy Six of Pentacles, and she is upside down. That is, you're putting way too much weight on the opinions of your family members. What did I say earlier, right? Listen, I am the child of a psychiatric nurse, and I saw spirits growing up. Okay, we didn't have a great relationship growing up, but whenever I let go of my need for my mother's approval, I became this, and this is pretty damn fantastic, honestly, in my own personal opinion. The next thing is, once you let go of that weight that your family has on you, that death grip of their approval, if you don't do what the family does, we did this for generations, you get to live your own life. You're a brand new experience. You don't owe them anything. You get your talents sometimes from your genetic code, but that's it. The Ace of Swords is you coming into your true purpose and your true mission. You already know what you're here for because it lights your fire. And whenever you run into that situation and all of a sudden the floodgates of knowledge open and you feel that fire and it's in your heart and it's in your lungs and you're getting in their face and you're like, you are not going to do this, and that's not what your mom would do and that's not what your dad would have done, but that's your purpose. That's what you're about. Chase it. Chase the fire. Because the next one is the Knight of Swords, and that is you leading the way into that battle of your passions. No one else can do that for you. No one else will do that for you. Your partner won't. Your children won't. You do it. The next thing is you are not supposed to travel. The Knight of Wands is the adventurer. She's the seeker. She goes out and spreads this mission. You are not supposed to do that. It is here. Your mission is here. So whoever is trying to convince you to move away with them, they're wrong.
Very specific.
It's very specific. Because there's another one. The Chariot's over here, and it's like, yeah, you're not supposed to travel for this at all. The King of Swords, first of all, for this reader, and I've still got a little bit of time left, the King of Swords shows up whenever you've had a hard life in the physical world. And I know you know that I'm talking to you. I'm not going to look at anybody because honestly I don't know who you are. You've had a hard time and you're sure that all your trauma is holding you back, but actually in this case it's helping you because you know right from wrong, and you know how you felt growing up with people acting the way that they did, and how much it hurt you, and how they didn't understand that it was hurting you until you grew up and you probably watched a Bluey and learned a more healthy way of being. But that experience is going to be iron. It's going to be part of your armor. You're going to be able to speak passionately and with fire about these subjects because you've been there, and nobody can tell you that you haven't. They cannot take that away from you. This especially shows up whenever people have family members that do not agree that the things happened. When your family members gaslight you about your own experiences. This is telltale, okay? You are right. You are valid. Those things did happen, and you don't deserve to be gaslit by other people. Use it as your fire and move forward, goddess or god. Or them. I don't know, chief.
Yeah, I don't know the terms either.
I mean,
I think usually, well, yeah, I'm not well
celestial deity.
Celestial being
Yeah,
entity.
celestial being.
Okay, all right, that was number 2. Okay, so we've got 2 more left readings before we do like a little pause, and then we're gonna get into like the comedy and us just kind of talking, or we could continue to do more readings.
How are we running the time?
Yeah, we're doing pretty good.
That's nice, okay.
Okay, all right, so the next reading that is gonna be up next is 19. So, should I be with the guy I'm dating?
No.
That's fast. And then career-wise, I mean, are you career-wise dating? Was that is dating for your?
Are you dating your? Don't answer.
Are you dating your career?
No. Are you dating your coworker?
Oh, that was
Don't
spicy.
answer. Nobody
Are
answer.
we,
No.
are we talking to the boss? Are we talking to the cute person that's sitting in the cubicle over,
Hold on.
who brings in the wraps, the vegan donuts?
Oh no. No, it's fine. Hold on. Listen, we're gonna help you get through this, okay? It's gonna be fine. We're gonna help. That's a lot of upside down cards. Hold on.
Oh no.
Hold on. 1 second.
Listen, we told you to be prepared for anything. Oh, the 3 of Swords.
Hold on. We've got you. Hold on. Okay.
It could mean multiple things.
It could.
There's
It's
still
fine. Yeah. Okay. 19. First of all, you already knew the answer to this question. Says the 4 of Pentacles. Look at you all sitting up on your pinnacle, wrapped up in this chain, and the key is literally right there, and you know you're not supposed to be dating this guy. Or this. Is it a guy? Yeah. It's always a guy.
Yes.
You know you're not supposed to be dating this guy. I don't know what was so appealing about him in the first place, but you know you're not supposed to do it.
So,
And-
what do you think? Why do you think this person is dating them? Let's see.
Should I be with this guy? I'm dating. That's what it says, right?
Yeah, but I'm asking you, why do you think this person's seeing this person? Trauma. That was so honest.
We're all trauma bonded to it. It's like the thing that I said earlier, whenever you get stuck with somebody because they just answer your trauma just right, you know, like they actually know to grab your arm instead of just giving you a hug whenever you're freaking out. And that's the only thing they do, right? So you think that they're just right all the time about everything.
Wait,
That's-
people do that? Like, if I'd be like sitting here freaking out, you'd just be like grabbing my arm and just like, get over it. Are you fixed yet?
It's this therapy.
This is why nobody goes.
But this is why.
Because you're just gonna hold my elbow and ask if I'm
They're not hurting me right. They're hurting my feelings, and I don't want that kind of thing. Wait, this PG-13. Stop it. This is so loud all of a sudden.
You're just excited.
Oh, you might have.
Sorry.
Maybe it is a little louder. It's louder.
It is loud. See, I'm not crazy.
I'm sorry for gaslighting you.
Thank you. Validation. Okay, flip the thingy. Okay, so you know you're not supposed to be dating that coworker. You saw it from a mile away. You're not supposed to be doing it, but you did it. Now what? You didn't want to be lonely. The hermit is upside down. You just didn't want to be lonely. But guess what? There's better people not to be lonely with. You don't have to settle for the low end of the scale, okay, guys? Like, you can dig a little deeper. Go to those single mixers. Just go meet other people. Let me tell you something. There are groups of people out there, men who are into divine masculinity, that are going into therapy and encouraging their friends to go heal and to go into therapy.
Where?
Facebook and meetup groups. I know y'all are much too young for Facebook.
I'm asking for a friend.
They're out there. I promise. These men are trying to heal. Okay, they're doing their best. The next one is the lovers, and it is upside down. Bro, this does not even match your kink. He's not doing it right.
How do you know?
What do you mean? It's right there. Listen, the dude's into foot stuff, and you don't like it. It's okay for him to be the foot stuff, but it's not your thing. Totally fine.
This is also not the erotica deck thing. This is the fairies.
So, also, the Five of Wands, it stands for friendly competition and growth through competition. He's not even good enough at that. That shit is upside down. So I know he's not smart enough for you. And I'm not trying to be a hater. I'm sure that his beautiful baked potato brain is good for somebody. But you are too smart for this. You're too smart. Your kinks don't line up. You just don't want to be alone. Like, get a chicken. Get a cat. You got it.
I'm so passionate.
I'm just tired of people falling for. I'm sorry. It's PG-13. The next one is, of course, it's going to hurt. The Three of Swords. Loneliness feels the worst. Loneliness feels the worst. But guess who we have to focus on whenever we're alone, Queen? It's us. We have to heal. F. The good news is you're actually going to be introduced to more beautiful things doing this, okay? You're not going to be left out in the cold. This is you finding your hearth, finding your good friends, because whenever you're not chasing medium, lukewarm, soggy socks, you're going to make time for the true you that is in there, and that's what you need. You need to be alone, and loneliness doesn't hurt when it's filled with healing. Okay?
Yeah. All right, number 19. That was your reading. I'm sorry about your relationship, but hopefully everything works out, okay? You know?
It's not coming up for you. I'll be your nosy big sister if you need me to.
Yeah, we're very protective of our clients.
It's trauma.
It's all the drama. All right, so finally, our last reading for this portion is it's going to be number 1, okay? And number 1, your question was, how do I overcome the anxiety that comes with body dysmorphia?
Bro.
Wow, you were asking the right people.
Okay. You start this, and
You want me to start this?
Start
Say,
this
I'm
one.
trying to not like
You're
eat this mic.
It's loud.
It is loud. I was
Try not
sitting like, done.
PG-13.
I'm gonna look at you while I talk. Yeah, so overcoming the anxiety that comes with body dysmorphia. I think for myself, so I identify as non-binary. Woohoo! That was a recent announcement this past June, and I'm still navigating this wonderful world of expressing myself authentically. And there's a lot of ups and downs that come with it. And I'm still learning how to navigate public spaces with this new identity. But what I can say for the anxiety standpoint, what's really helped me in terms of getting more at peace with my body in general is somatic exercises. Definitely check those out online. There's a lot of stuff, especially working with your root chakra. So if you are interested in all of that sort of spiritual stuff, root chakra works great. Also sacral chakra. And then also something that I'm really passionate about because I love psychology and stuff like that, and I use this in my readings as well, is internal family systems. Talk to your therapist about it. Because internal family systems is about inner parts work and learning about the different versions of yourself. If you get really good at navigating your internal compass, it makes things easier whenever you're dealing with those sorts of, with a relationship with your body like that.
And I am not speaking for everybody who has gender dysmorphia. First and foremost, I will always and have always supported the transgender community. Always and forever. Because my experience is not anybody else's experience, and their experience I have no knowledge of. Secondly, because of my trauma, I used to hate my breasts. I would wake up every morning and know that I was about to have the worst day of my fucking life. Excuse me, PG-13. Worst day of my life just because I had breasts. And I used to be just, man, I wish I would get the CANCER word just so I could get them blocked off. That's how much I had this idea in my head. And I'm not saying that this is anybody else's experience, and I know none of you guys especially would ever go to somebody and be like, that's trauma, you would never do that. But what I found out was because I was a female, I was targeted by predators, and that's why I didn't like my breasts, because I can't hide them very well. I can hide everything from the waist down, but I can't hide these. And if these were making me be in danger, then this is what I needed to get rid of. Instead of calling out my predators, right? Because that's actually what we do. If somebody fires a gun, it's the person who fired the gun. It's not the person who got shot. Go back into your trauma. If you cannot remember your childhood, that is the first sign that you have childhood trauma, okay? Go back. Start writing things down, any tiny little snippets. Get a journal. It's in actually one of our door prizes. Just, so no. Start writing down anything that you can remember. Even if you think your mind might be gaslighting you, there's a nugget of truth in those wrapped, rewrapped scenarios. And you can always work on unwrapping it, okay? The first card is the King of Chalices, and we're talking about body dysmorphia. I am going to go out on a limb and guess that the person asking this was a female. The King of Chalices is the divine masculine. He is good with his feelings. He's good with being protective. He knows his role as the protector. You know your role as the protector, and everybody else is telling you that you should be the protected. Nobody knows your experience. Nobody will ever be able to step into your mind. Don't look at anybody else for these answers, okay? The next thing is, you know how to fight for your own words. Whenever somebody says, that can't be true, you're our beautiful daughter, you will always be our beautiful daughter, we will never call you anything else, fight for it. You're worth it. Because at the end of your life, it's going to be you, not them. They're not going with you, it's going to be you. Don't have regrets. Be the person that you want to be. Don't be anybody that your parents wanted you to be, and you're saying, it doesn't matter, they don't matter. It's going to be you. Be you, authentically, at the end of your life. The next thing is, this can help your dysmorphia. Bonding with your highest self, your spiritual self. This is the Two of Pentacles. This is literally physical body and spiritual body. If you imagine yourself with facial hair, get it done. Like, there are makeup artists. There are different things that you get. I don't know other things because I don't want facial hair, and I have PCOS and I have it anyway. You can borrow mine. There's makeup. There's different things that you can do. Manifest that stuff. The next thing is, don't fight them about it. They will always have fuel to tell you you're wrong because they were taught that. They will have an endless amount of fossil fuel. They'll have an endless amount of supplies of all the reasons why they don't feel like you are you, because they are not you, right? The next thing is give your body time. Dysmorphia heals a little bit, and a little bit, and a little bit, and you cannot force your body to make all the changes that you want to see in your body.
I have some recent proof of that. So essentially, a couple weeks ago, I said, hey, I'm gonna really crack down and start being healthy, right? So eating a much healthier diet, working out, and I mean, I was on point. I was doing my exercises, everything I needed to do, and 2 weeks later, I end up in the ER because apparently, if you don't watch and pace changes to your gut health, you can actually hurt your stomach. I was not aware of these dramatic changes that would cause my stomach and my body to react in certain kinds of ways. But yeah, take care of your body because regardless of how you think it may react, you may not always know that. And so being patient with it as well, I think is really, really important when you're making those changes.
And depending on your age, it's going to be all the different kinds of reactions too.
Yeah.
So take that into account.
Yeah, I'm getting
Yeah, go ahead.
older. I'm aging.
Fighters, shut the
Shut the fuck up.
It's PG-13. Okay, the last thing is the Queen of Swords, and she's upside down, which means your feminine self is going to throw a fit. Let her cry. Everybody needs the space to mourn. Everybody needs the space to cry because changes are hard. You can balance masculine and feminine and comfort the woman while empowering the man. You can do both. You can absolutely do both. And there's lots of people, especially nowadays with the internet, and in Austin of all places, you have some great resources and a great community. The first thing I would really recommend is now that you know this about yourself, wear a name tag with your preferred name and go out in public, and anytime anybody's supposed to talk to you, they'll say this name, and just see how it feels. All right.
Okay, so that was our final reading for our first portion. We're gonna take like a 2-minute break so we can get some water, sit, kind of regroup, figure out what we're gonna do for the next portion. Just kind of a humble PSA, make sure that, you're getting your drinks at the bar. If anyone still needs to sign up for more readings, I think we pretty much have a full set. So we're pretty much good for that, but yeah, thank you guys so much for coming out, and we'll be back in like a minute or two.
And if you like what you have heard so far, our Venmo and Cash App are available.
Just hold it. Oh, there we go. There it goes. Ooh. I like whenever you get so passionate, your butt gets so sweaty.
Yeah, you did good. I was gonna say this space right here has cold air coming right to it, and I was freezing my butt.
You're freezing?
Yeah.
Do you want to borrow this? You did not tell me my titty was coming out. Whenever I was talking about my titties and how much I didn't like them, they were ready for a fight.
I didn't see that.
Well. So how are we deciding on the prices? Are we doing like, are we each gonna draw cards and whatever?
So what we were thinking about doing is skipping, since there are so many people that want to do tarot readings, which we love. We were thinking about skipping the Q&A and maybe just saving the Q&A for after. So if you guys have any questions about us, or if you want to book us, or anything like that, our information is going to be in the back. You can also talk to us directly. Don't be starstruck. I'm very personable. You can talk to me. I love friends. And now I'm going to wait for Chris to come back from the bathroom. Hey, while Chris is in the bathroom, I'm going to do a reading to see why we keep having car accidents.
Please let me know what you find, because I need to know.
I'm nervous. Sometimes you want to ask the cards, and like you get in there and you're so big for your britches, and then you're like, oh, why am I having car accidents? I get too confident. I get too cocky about it. Like, oh, I'm a big bad tarot reader, and it's like, you're not eating. Oh, how dare you? The Tower and the Fool. The Tower and the Fool is calling me names. Y'all always do this shit to me. This is why I don't read for myself in front of people. They got such an attitude. Okay, hold on. I didn't start yet. That doesn't count.
Okay. Okay, tarot cards. Why do Chris and I keep having a close call car accident before we meet?
I did a reading for why we have car accidents.
Yeah.
The first one.
This is about me?
I'm sorry. So the first one was the wisest upside down, which is calling me stupid. The second one is the Three of Wands. I think we're missing a friend up here.
You're missing a friend.
Yeah, look, because the Three of Wands is over here, and that's one person looking at three people, and that's like there's something that's all wrapped up in his star and his energies. And then the third one is we're going to move forward when we get that third person. Who's the third?
I don't know. We're looking for a third.
We're looking for a third. We're looking for a third.
We see you looking at us.
My name is Annie and I'm 35. I met two dogs.
I'm Chris. Nice to meet you.
Oh, I'm sorry, I do have to say this, and it is a PG-13 show, so I can. I also work for a lady named Lily Mockerman, who helps people get through their sexual trauma with classes about BDSM and kink. Okay? And we're going to stop it there. PG-13. But if you want to look up any information about her classes and all the resources that she has to offer you to help get through those trauma, she is Tigress Lily on Instagram, and you will see a beautiful, gorgeous, redheaded lady talking about kink and BDSM. And that's it.
Woohoo! Yay, BDSM. Alright, so just kind of to touch base with y'all, just a reminder, in case you're interested in playing the drinking game along with us, we do have our sheet still going on. We did have the Three of Swords get pulled tonight, so Virgo, make sure you take a shot. What were some of the ones? Sagittarius and Leo have probably been drinking the whole time because that explains it. You guys have been
Supportive.
very supportive. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. All right, we got the Lovers, so Aquarius, you should have been drinking. Did we say take what resonates? I feel like we did.
That's your thing. So you're going to get the second half.
Second half, probably. Twin Flames has not been mentioned yet.
No.
Well, that's because we've gotten the potato guy.
Listen, Listen, I'm gonna go on a whole rant about twin flames, okay? Stay tuned. No death card, no moon card. Drinking has been mentioned.
No, we did get the death card because no, that was for a reading earlier. I'm sorry, but ignore that.
Okay. That was not the death card.
Again.
Good as a monk. Okay, alright, so for this next part,
Your turn. Your deck, your turn. I get to. Do you want to switch seats so it switches mindset?
yeah, sure. So I guess what we're gonna do is we kind of figured since we have quite a few people wanting readings, we wanted to give everyone a chance to
already told
potentially
them
get a
I already told you. Sorry.
Well, thank you for filling me in.
I'm
Anyways,
sorry.
I'm gonna repeat myself. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and do a couple more readings. This time it's gonna be me, and I'm not gonna sit under the cold vent and freeze my butt. So, I'm excited. All right, so you're gonna
I'll do the flippy thing.
do the flippy thing.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I can do the flippy thing as long as you need to select the numbers.
Oh,
So
okay.
give me 6.
Who's that lady on Jeopardy that did those things?
The lady on Jeopardy?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like I spent half my life in my grandparents' house and seeing Jeopardy in the background. I can't remember what that lady's name was. The one that's on the wheel and did all the things.
Am I crazy? Did I fever dream that?
No, she's real.
Yeah, Wheel of Fortune, thank you.
You're thinking Jeopardy.
I don't know where I am.
She's lost.
That
She
80s
just kind of wandered in here.
I can have the most truthful experiences with these cards and not like 5 minutes later that 80s really good thing. And it's like marshmallow.
Well, and one of the things about being a professional tarot reader is that when you channel, your headspace is kind of altered a little bit. So, yeah, just randomly select. Well, they're not all people, but it should be. Well, they should replace them, but yeah.
Oh,
But,
okay.
yeah, whatever. Yeah, just 6, and then we'll get started.
Okay. Yeah, let's do that one first. Wait.
It should be a question. Yep. 1. It figures 20. Nope, we did 19. Because the listed.
Yeah.
Alright, guys, so the next reading is going to be number 20. 20. I have the microphone now, so you get to deal with me. Okay, how do I know if I am doing something meaningful career-wise? So we had a little interesting mishap earlier where we found out who number 19 was, and apparently career-wise was not part of their reading. Sorry, but it was relevant to what was going on in their situation. So that's how these things work. Nobody's safe. Alright, so we're gonna go and figure out how do I know if I'm doing something meaningful career-wise. I think I can at least start off the reading a little bit more about, as I said, from my personal experience, you know when what you're doing for a living is meaningful when you are energized afterwards. Okay, I can tell you from doing tarot readings and spiritual events and all kinds of stuff, I've never worked something that actually made me feel great afterwards in the ways that doing something like Drunk Tarot or any sort of spiritual event I ran. And I think that's a really great indicator. Another thing is when it comes to your career, you're able to still see yourself at the end of the day, if that makes any sense. Because even if you're like a solo entrepreneur, so like for us, I mean, even though we're tarot readers and whatnot, we still are our own kind of business, right? And sometimes it can be difficult to separate yourself from your job. Like, who am I outside of being a tarot reader? And how you create those boundaries. I think a really great career that has meaning means you can do all those amazing things, but also at the same time, you can step away from it and find your identity outside of it. So, because yeah, I'm a tarot reader, that's cool and all, but like also I'm me, I'm Christian, that's who I am. Do you have any advice? Okay.
I'm fine with it. It's good.
I know. I was just waiting for the feisty drop.
I know. I was admiring the I was admiring the words. You're
Thank
in the
you.
light now, so I'm like.
Thank you. I look good in green. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and pull some cards. Let's figure out what Spirit has to say.
Alright, number 20. How do I know if I'm doing something meaningful career-wise? Oh, you've got an exception. Okay. Oh, okay. Thanks. Y'all heard that, I know you did. Aggressive.
I was like, excuse me, I'm doing a reading.
I'm sorry.
You can be like giggling through this whole thing.
No.
It's offensive.
You put it in my brain. That's the nervous skills.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. Okay, so in terms of cards for number 20, here, you can have that.
Thank you.
For how do I know if I'm doing something meaningful career-wise? The first card you got here was the Lovers, okay? And so with the Lovers card, the Lovers can mean it's about balancing two opposite forces, right? So usually in a traditional sense, you know, they have like the man and the woman, and those energies, conceptually from a spiritual perspective, you know, they all have their own traits that work together as counterparts, right? And so when it comes to your career, what I'm feeling is you're going to know it because things are going to be in balance, as well as you're going to be able to use I shouldn't say all of you, but you will feel in balance and feel like you don't have to shy away pieces of yourself when you're going to work. Now, obviously, any job you work, you will have to wear some kind of a social mask. Like, you know, how I am in the office is definitely different outside of the office, as you can clearly tell. But at the end of the day, though, when you are finally doing a career that is more in line with what you're supposed to be doing and achieving in life, you are going to be able to reflect back and notice the changes within yourself, as well as, like I said, just not being able to hold back. You know, being able to feel confident in what you're doing. So like I said, with me being a tarot reader, you know, when I first was going through my spiritual awakening, I was very terrified, and I was immediately like, my career's over. No one's going to take me seriously because I'm a professional tarot reader. Now, I don't care. But on top of it, I've now grown to a point of I've helped so many people through the things I've done and advocated for. And I'm going to continue to follow my intuition wherever that leads me. And as a result of that, I hope you can take away from the fact that doing something difficult career-wise may seem difficult at first, but if it's meant for you, it's going to find you in some shape or form. And, you know, and another thing with careers too is you don't have to marry a career long-term. I think one of the pieces with this Lovers card that I'm seeing is there's all this fire. You know, it's almost like I feel for this person, number 20, you may have to burn away a little bit of your negative thinking towards yourself in order to achieve what you're wanting to do. I feel like maybe sometimes you feel like, not outspoken, but there's almost some kind of being reserved towards your goals. Not necessarily like I'm not seeing this person being like an entrepreneur or anything like that, but this person definitely feels like they just have to take a step back and allow the things that need to fall apart in order to get into alignment. The other card you have here is the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. So I feel like career-wise, this person's very conscious about money. They're very conscious about stability, and they're very concerned that, well, I can't have my cake and eat it too. And I feel with this person, wherever your meaningful career is, you're going to have to just find balance and make choices. I don't foresee the career that this person's choosing is necessarily something that is going to be, I'm already hearing the negative voice. Yeah, lucrative. I'm just hearing something in my voice. It's almost like it feels like, well, my family does this, so I'm supposed to go do this, or I'm trying to accomplish something.
Just because it doesn't make the most money doesn't mean it's the most valuable.
Right, and also, and I can say this, so like my background's in finance, okay? You can make money in multiple different ways, regardless of what your career is. So maybe your main career is this, but like you can always have side hustles. There's always choices you can make, and there's ways of utilizing your money, time, and energy efficiently that also can bring back to you. So okay, maybe I'm not making all that money, but did I really need that extra, $100 a month that I could have been saving doing this other thing? There's like all kinds of ways to look at it that can maximize your time.
Don't trade your money. Don't trade your money for your happiness.
Don't be miserable. Hey,
You turned it off yourself.
oh,
Someone didn't want to hear the message.
I didn't want to listen to myself. That's what happened. Oh, it wasn't me. Oh, it wasn't me. Don't be miserable and rich is what I'm trying to say. Don't be miserable and
You
rich.
can be all things
Yeah.
that you want to be with time, patience, and a lot of stubborn energy. Okay, and then the final part is we have the Eight of Swords here. So the Eight of Swords is all about illusion or self-doubt, illusions, and basically holding yourself back. And I feel like this person, number 20, you need to make sure that you're not letting your mind space or trying to prepare for this future stop you from making the small goals. You know what I mean? Because it's like, for example, if you are trying to set out to be an actress, we'll say, and you're thinking, oh, well, I'd never be an actress. I'd never be able to do that professionally. That's just like a fun side thing. Well, start doing it as a side thing, and then see where that leads. And then you meet a person, and then you do this, and then you do this. Since I moved to Austin, it's been amazing how many different things I've gotten connected to that were as a result of my hobbies by me just saying, hey, I'm just going to go help that musician over there. And then I ended up managing some musicians, and then I started doing all these other things. So you really never know what's going to happen. I think just take the leap of faith to say, hey, recognize that I do have blinders right now. And if I really sat and closed my eyes and said, I'm open to whatever the universe is going to send me, you may just get an opportunity coming into your lap. I definitely feel that this person, you're looking and searching for opportunities when you really just need to start doing things you're passionate about. So, if you like to public speak,
Not us.
if you like to public speak, if you like to public speak, speak it up. Woo! That's what you gotta do. That's right.
I think our mic.
The microphone is being finicky or wanted to be dramatic.
Help!
That was dramatic.
Help us!
I know how to do one thing, and that's change these batteries.
What's your name again?
Ellie.
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 Mhm.
Ellie.
Give it up for Ellie.
Sorry, y'all. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. How much was this drink in there?
I'm making money now.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm glad you liked it.
You know me so well. You knew exactly what I would like.
It's one of my go-to drinks because I used to be a bartender.
Oh, that's right.
All right, so the next reading is going to be number 5.
Don't give it away, but I'm looking.
5. She's got great eyes. She can see exactly who this person might be. Maybe it's intuition. Maybe it's anxiety. We'll never know. Okay, so number 5's question was, on the outside my life is successful, but inside I feel dissatisfied and lonely in my life. What's my next move?
Bro.
This is personal.
That was such a mood.
This makes sure, these people always find me,
You have a gravitational pull, for your galaxy.
I do. I just draw people in, be like, are you sad?
Are you sad? So am I.
But also I look good while I'm doing it. All right, so what's my next move? Okay, I'm gonna pull some cards because at first I was feeling like I'm gonna give a speech, but I think I'm gonna pull cards. What's your advice for loneliness, Annie?
PG-13 show.
Yeah. What kind of? I don't mean that kind of lonely.
What? That was my advice.
Go get laid.
Yeah. Go find one of those friends that don't have
Fiber
strings
friends?
attached. Yeah, friends.
Yeah, we gotta figure
No
out.
strings attached fiber friends.
What?
What?
Well, there's different forms of fiber. I guess. I don't know. I don't know what the definition of a fiber friend is, so I don't know how to play off these jokes. Okay.
I don't know. I don't either. Well, we're making it up as we go.
Okay. All
Thanks,
right.
life.
Thanks, life. Okay, so for number 5, the cards you got were the Knight of Swords, the Six of Cups, and the Ace of Wands in reverse. Okay, and what I'm getting drawn to is I feel like pile number 5. I feel like you're. Yeah, no, we're doing the thing. Thank you for keeping me on task. Yeah, so with the Six of Cups, you're so excited. I've never seen you this excited to drink before. It must be the vibes.
It's the vibes.
It must be the vibes. You guys have really great energy.
It's true. It's absolutely
Thank
true.
you. It's infectious.
Because if y'all were just like
Stone faced out here, I'd be like, oh no.
God, if none of you laughed, I'd probably have to walk outside for a little bit. Or I'd literally go up to you and bribe some of you to laugh. I'd be
You're
like,
not gonna laugh now. Shh.
oh no,
What have you done?
I'm sorry, I jinxed it. Yeah, so for number 5, the card I was drawn to was the Six of Cups, which is all about nostalgia, right, in the past. And I feel like one of the things that is holding you back in terms of success is I think you need to change your definition of what success means. And I say that because success can look different to many different types of people. And I think success is going to change as a definition, and it should as you age, right? Because, usually when you're younger, or maybe not when you're younger, but in general, like, obviously we think about money, having a great partner, when we have a great family support system, or maybe you went out and you cured cancer, or you went out and did some accomplishment. Those are all great definitions of success, right? However, for this particular person, I feel like part of that loneliness is derived from not understanding what their values are and what they actually value. Because oftentimes when we're taught these labels of success, right? Like, for example, getting married. Getting married is a huge milestone in, we'll say, American society, the world in general. But what happens if you don't get married? Or maybe you get married and then you get divorced? Or maybe you find out after marrying this person that you thought was your dream person, things are not working out. Your life doesn't end just because you get married, right? And so if your success definition is based off of that marriage, well, you can really feel stuck, right?
Yeah.
So I think what I'm getting drawn to is understanding that look at your past, look at how that's influencing the now, and then reflect on when were you lonely in the past, okay? Because there's lots of successful people out there that are alone. And, you can be a very unique person. I mean, look at us weirdos, okay?
Look at us.
Look at this weirdos, okay? But we found each other on a whim.
Yeah.
I was just walking around. I walked into a crystal shop. And, well, it wasn't a crystal shop. It was Ancient Mysteries. If you guys remember that store. Yeah, Ancient Mysteries. Yeah, she was a tarot reader in there. And I walked in there and I got a reading. And then here we are.
Here we are.
And so, yeah, and a lot of really great relationships are made when you just take that leap of faith and just trust and do the things that you're meant to do. And again, maybe in the past something did occur that is kind of keeping you withheld from being your full true self. But at the end of the day, keep pushing through that. With this Ace of Wands in reverse here, I'm definitely seeing not a lot of action that you could be taking, and I think a lot of it will just come down to just being more authentic in your interactions with people, start setting some boundaries with vulnerability, and then start saying, okay, how am I going to actually be vulnerable with myself? Because, I mean, I can say from my personal experience, I used to be very, very ambitious. I mean, I'm still ambitious, but when my definition of who that successful version of me did not align with who I was, I started getting really miserable because I was like, oh, I don't look like how I'm supposed to. I don't talk like I'm supposed to. I don't remember things. I mean, I've got PTSD, so my whole life changed when I wasn't able to operate the way that I used to. But guess what? I just learned a different way. And you'll learn about different people. And then with me now coming out and whatnot, being queer, now I'm living a much better life because I'm being honest and vulnerable. And I think that's what you should be doing too, Pi. Just be vulnerable with yourself first. And then Knight of Swords. Just start understanding that the words you use are important. People pay attention to that. And those words will attract the people that are meant for you. And will also send away the people that are not for you too. So keep that in mind and don't get in your head about it.
That is a good piece of advice. If you want to attract people that are going to be good to you, just go out and start yelling about the things that you like. I guarantee it works. You all laugh, but I guarantee if there was some weirdo out there yelling about, I love tarot cards, me and Chris would be like, oh my god, we got so many stories.
I don't even know how to respond to a tarot doing that, but now I know that they'd be my friend because I'm sitting next to them.
It's the bird call of the tarot reader.
Tarot! So now, whenever you go out and see us at a local vendor market, you're just gonna walk on by and just go, tarot!
Yeah.
And walk away.
Yeah.
We're gonna know where you came from.
Please, let's freak everybody else out, please.
It'll be our little secret. Our little secret amongst friends. Okay, so the next person is number 7. Lucky number 7. Am I on the right path in life? Ooh, I'm getting all the philosophical ones. You got all like the sassy relationship ones, and I'm just like, what is the meaning of life?
Because I have an attitude and you're nice.
Like you're very thoughtful, but I don't know what those were.
I can
I'm
be,
not
yes.
into the second one yet.
All right. So let's go ahead and find out. Do you mind holding this?
Hey guys.
Am I going on the right path in life? Pile number 7. Well, obviously, if you're piles number 7, you must be a little lucky. So, take that as it resonates, but that could be a sign for you. Take your shot. Take your drink.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's so cute.
They did a little doodle, yeah. Okay, so for number 7, you got the Magician, the Hermit, and then the 9 of Swords in reverse. Yeah, I think for you, pile number 7, I'm getting artist vibes from you or some type of creativity. I do see with this 9 of Swords, that's all about nightmares and things going on in the brain that's like a lot of like mental turmoil. But it's in the reverse, which is a good thing. And so what I feel is your spirit guides are trying to tell you a lot of your anxiety about where you're going in life is in your head, and it's something that you can easily resolve if you stay true to yourself. I'm seeing with like in the actual card itself, the girl has her face in her hands, and I feel like you are grieving a version of yourself that was kind of lost in your past. So maybe that's why you're asking about, am I on the right path in life? Because it's almost like maybe you had some turmoil that happened in a past relationship. 2 different people I'm seeing, two different dating partners that caused a lot of grief and setbacks, specifically financially. And when it came to like these tears and crying, it's almost like you're holding a lot of your tears back. And so this is kind of just a humble PSA to everybody, not just this person, but when you hold your feelings back, when you try to suppress your emotions and trap them in your body, they build up over time. They can manifest as illnesses. They can manifest as pains. They can manifest as all kinds of different reminders to what you went through. That's why making sure you exercise and listen to your body is very, very important. And so for this person, I feel like what will probably happen is if they actually started opening up to who they truly were, they might get a little scared with what comes out. And that's pretty normal, especially when you suppress a version of yourself. Especially like anger, sadness, any of those types of things, they can manifest as different things. And so for this person, I feel like if you really want to figure out if you're on the right path in life, notice when you get upset, okay? Because whenever you get upset about something, it means it matters, okay? Oftentimes we're taught in society that if you're angry about something, you need to fix your anger, you need to try to calm down, manage your emotions, blah, blah, blah. Anger is a very important emotion because it's action-oriented sadness, okay? And so particularly for this person, you need to acknowledge what causes you to want to take action. That is going to show you where you need to go and how you can get there. Because, for example, we'll use tarot reading as an example. Say, for example, you went through religious trauma. That's pretty predominant in this area, right? Say you're a very spiritual person, but you were raised to be a certain path, and then when you figured out, oh, I'm actually a witchy person behind the scenes, and then all of a sudden all these emotions come up and be like, I could have been doing drunk tarot when I was 21. I could have moved to Austin, changed my name, gone and dressed and done whatever the heck I wanted to, and yet here I am, almost 30, and now I'm starting to live my life.
The wild thing is, like, neither of us are bad people. We're not the hell-bent.
They don't know that.
We're not the hell-bent people who are going to be punished for the life that we've led. We're good people.
There's still time. There's still time, especially this political climate. But the point is, though, is still once you work through those feelings, it's going to be okay. And it's going to be able to teach it. Your emotions are going to be able to teach you that. Finally, we've got the Hermit and with the Magician here. Yeah, transmute any of those feelings into something that works for you. But you're going to need to take some time by yourself to reflect and really work on that inner work stuff. So, anyways, that's the reading. Woo! You're doing a little bit better job staying on time. Usually I'm the one that's quick. Yeah. All right, so number 16, does my sister have a message for me? And if so, what is it? Okay.
Is this a medium question?
This might be a mediumship question.
Okay.
That's kind of the vibe I was getting. But do you want to do this one? Because she's I can do mediumship readings, but she's better at it.
I don't know if it's a medium question. Everybody close your eyes. Everybody shush, close your eyes, don't look. Whoever, okay, if this is a medium question, raise your hand. Okay, got it. All right, everybody open your eyes.
Cool.
Okay.
We were correct. Okay, cool. But let's pull some cards. Let's see what your sister has to say. Do you want me to use the focus?
Yes. Oh, you're,
Oh,
okay.
wait, yeah, I'll do it.
Yeah, okay, cool.
Let's see. Oh, she was really special. Oh my gosh, like I'm getting so warm and fuzzy.
They're not drinking either.
Yeah, no, this is definitely like the warm, like she seemed like a very sweet person. I'm feeling it very much in my stomach. We've got that's the Page of Swords in reverse. Are you okay?
Yeah, allergies, man.
Oh, I thought you started crying. I was like,
Not yet. It's the night is young.
I
We're
haven't
doing tarot, so.
I haven't even spoken yet. Yeah, we've got the King of Wands and the Ten of Wands in reverse. So, specifically what I'm feeling from her, she wants you to acknowledge that you're making progress. With this Ten of Wands in reverse, you guys obviously can't see it, but there's like a guy holding a bunch of sticks, and it's very, very burdensome. And your sister's just watching you work and kind of slave away, and she's very like, you're overburdening yourself. It's almost like she's trying to say like, hey, like, drop the work, drop the sticks, like put it down. It's like literally looking at a person who wants to work themselves down to like, put the work down, put it down, step away from the PC, okay? Your boss does not need that email. Whatever's going on in your home life, it doesn't need you to be breaking your back over. But you're clinging to it, and it's almost like it's not even just necessarily work. I feel like it's also some self-limited beliefs, but I feel like it's also just, there's a lot of clinging on to the past and holding on to things. And so she's trying to say like, hey, it's safe to move forward. It's okay to acknowledge what happened without taking yourself down with it. I feel like this person struggles sometimes mentally to kind of like lift themselves back up, and I think that's why the loss of this sister was definitely hard, because she just seems like a very bright, sunny person. Even in the afterlife, she seems very like, oh my gosh, hi everybody, like, you know, like I don't usually do my mediumship readings publicly, but for this one I was like, okay, let's go for it. Because sometimes, like, when you channel things, I like to be able to filter to a certain degree, depending on what's going on. So, but yeah, with the King of Wands, I feel like she's also letting you know that she is watching you. I feel like, I don't know if you had like a stern family member, because I'm noticing the person's face. I feel like she does sometimes, like, it's not like judging, but it's kind of like she kind of like sits with you like, I would have told you not to do that if I was there. There's definitely an energy of, yeah, she just has like a lot of compassion for you. It's a lot of compassion. It's just this energy of feeling like maybe you're a little hard on yourself, and she's just trying to ease that up. And then another thing too, there's something about you're not speaking up to somebody about something in your family. I don't know if it's to your mom, or it feels like a female person, but I feel like she's saying like you need to like actually start saying your truth to this parental figure or this person, because it's like it gets stuck in your throat sometimes. Yeah, do you have anything else? Or
That was really good. One of the hardest things, and I actually ran into my fair share of death this last week. First of all, it was the anniversary it was my mom's birthday, and she passed 2 years ago. Then we lost my uncle on Tuesday due to kidney failure, and then the day before yesterday, we lost my aunt due to just old age. So yeah, we're both very close to death and to loss. But, and I say this with love and compassion, but the words aren't nice, okay? No matter how tight you hold on to those mementos, they aren't coming back. And it's okay to rest your arms. It's okay.
Yeah, definitely a lot of stuff going on with that, you know. Sending love out to everybody, you know, if you had somebody pass away recently, especially the last 3 years have been rough for a lot of people. I know for myself, I've had a lot of death at the beginning of this year, and yeah, that's why, you know, always treat people as well as you possibly can and remind people that they're loved. Yeah. Anyways, moving on.
But also take no shit.
But take no shit. Okay, so next person is, we've got number 3. 3, that's a special spiritual number. What's the vibe in my love life over the next 6 months? Okay, all right. I love a good love reading. Let's go ahead and see what I got for you. I do feel like someone's coming your way. It's someone. I was about to say someone you work with, or you're gonna meet them at a bar. One sec, I'm trying to think.
Do you work at a bar?
I don't know if they work at a bar, but there's like, maybe they go out for like no. I'm not projecting. One sec. I gotta like round this energy.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, no, this is feeling more of like a coworker. So I don't know if this person works either retail or service industry, because I do feel like drinks are gonna play a factor, which that does fall in line with our show, doesn't it? Yeah, I didn't think about that, but it does. Okay, so we've got the Queen of Swords in reverse, we got the 5 of Swords, and then we've got Judgment in reverse. Yeah, so I feel like there's kind of this like hopeless energy to what's kind of going on, or not quite hopeless, but very like suspicious. I don't know if you have been going on a lot of dates recently, but there's definitely kind of this looking over your shoulder and being like, another one bites the dust. Another one bites the dust. And and so particularly with your love life, what I'm hearing is stay hopeful and optimistic, and try to not bank on meeting your spouse, essentially in the next 6 months. I know that's hard to hear, but I'm here to speak the truth. And I feel like you should be more focused on prioritizing your goals. There's something, I don't know if you're a student, I definitely feel like this person's on the younger side, but there's kind of an energy of, you need to kind of relax your expectations a little bit. I feel like since there's a lot of pressure for this person to find a partner, or there's a worthiness wound kind of going on here, understanding that, the dating pool right now is pretty, it's pretty not great for anybody out there. Well, this is, yes, we are both on the market.
And what a fresh market it is.
Yeah.
So after the show, there are some drinks to be had if you're interested.
It's gonna be empty after this.
They're like, nope, too soon.
We
Well-
traumatized everybody.
We talk about trauma too much. They know our secrets.
I know. We're too honest.
But yeah, and especially with this judgment card, I feel like with the judgment, so the judgment card in general, it's often about like a calling, right? And it's not necessarily about like actually passing judgment. But I feel like there's kind of this energy of you need to awaken something in yourself before you actually find your quote unquote like soulmate or somebody who is more of a better fit for you. So I think in terms of your love life, yeah, there's definitely a person coming your way, but I don't know that they're necessarily going to last. And I don't feel that this person's necessarily trustworthy. I'm afraid to say those things because I know exactly what you're going to do. You're going to take this reading and you're going to go, okay, every person that slides in my DMs, there's something going on because Christian said so, right? I think just the main point I'm trying to get with this reading is be optimistic and don't let toxicity stop you from having fun. You know what I mean? Like, don't go out there with the mindset of meeting your spouse, especially when you're still kind of getting into alignment with a couple things in your life. With this Queen of Swords energy too, the Queen of Swords is a very critical energy and can signify that maybe you're a little too harsh. And so try softening up a little bit. And I think like when you don't put as much pressure on the external relationship and you find more balance and softness within yourself, then you're going to start attracting the right people. So yeah, definitely kind of soften up. Loosen up, do some yoga, specifically goat yoga.
And also, like, not every relationship is marriage material, but that doesn't mean it's not fun. That doesn't mean you're not going to go out on good dates and have presents and have chocolate given to you. Like those times. It's okay to be spoiled, and it's okay to spoil other people. It's okay to enjoy those things. It doesn't mean you got to marry them. And in fact, if you start the relationship and be like, hey, I'm not really looking for a marriage. Do you just want to date to have fun? Like, be honest about it. You don't know how many people are like, oh my God, yes, please, I just don't want to be alone. But I don't want the looming commitment cloud over me. I don't like commitment.
We got a commitment phobe here.
Yeah. That's why I'm single. Sorry.
But I mean, know yourself, and ultimately, what's meant for you is gonna meet you. Did you see that? I looked. It didn't shut up. That was kind of cool.
Okay, y'all cocky now.
Listen, I got superpowers. Okay, so the last reading we got here is number 11. Stranger Things reference going on here. All right. I feel a special connection with someone. Is this a love connection? Do they feel it too? Is this when we do the twin flames rant?
Oh God.
We'll do the twin flames rant after this reading because I don't want to bleed into this reading and bias. But like, oh my God, talking about spiritual contracts, soulmates, trauma bonds, all the works. We've been through it all and we've seen it all. I know, particularly as a tarot reader, a lot of people come to tarot readers for love advice and to ask about like, is this my soulmate? Is this my forever person? Is this blah 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 blah? It really depends on the person. I'm not gonna lie. I've encountered a lot of things, and one of the things that has been interesting on my journey as a tarot reader is I always hate having the conversation telling someone that this is not their soulmate because I don't like telling people that the person that they're seeing is not good for them. All right. I mean, like obviously we're up here making jokes, but it really does suck. But also at the same time, I've also seen people that they're in relationships and asking about a person, and they've sabotaged it because they didn't want to open up. And I'm gonna go ahead and pull cards, but just understand that you get what you get out of a relationship based off of where you are at right now. So what you attract manifests.
And don't be ashamed, like, if you're on a particular part in your life right now and that person matches that part in your life and you guys have a really good time together and then it just naturally falls apart, that's normal. It happens. It's okay. Just because they're not good for you doesn't mean they're not good people and not that you didn't make a good choice. It's okay.
And I just gotta add to this because this is another thing I'm passionate about. Just because a relationship ends doesn't mean anybody failed. It just means the relationship ended. I'm just saying, because here's the thing is oftentimes we want to shift blame on people, and sometimes, there is blame that can happen. Sometimes, if that person cheated on you, if that thing happened, blah, 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 blah. But at the end of the day, relationships are not about success, failure, success, failure, success, failure. And I think society puts so much pressure on that and emphasizes it that we forget that we're human beings living a human experience. That yes, okay, we have all dated at least a toxic person at one point in our life. We've all dated maybe a great person. Maybe we've never dated a great person. But the point is that at the end of the day, we have to own our piece of the puzzle and our roles that we play. And if we're constantly trying to put a blame on a person, a situation, or a thing, it can really take away from the important aspect that we're all human beings. And that's just something I really want to encourage nowadays because I feel like people have really lost relational skills in terms of seeing our partners, our friends, our family as human beings that can be flawed and lovely at the same time. And guess what? If you had that toxic ex when you were dating them, you obviously liked them, so something was a match. Okay, we gotta just be honest here about that.
So fucking loud all the time.
Huh?
Don't be so loud all the time.
Oh, did I trigger you? Did I?
14 years. I dated a narcissist
For 14 years, guys.
God. Such a long. Yeah, I heard.
I know. 14 years is a long time to learn a lesson. It's a lot. Man, I failed that grade so many times.
Listen, I should have put narcissist on the drinking game.
No. We would have all.
This wasn't the show hasn't. The show hasn't taken that direction yet, but that seems to be a very popular word. And I can say, as we're both mental health people, there is a distinction between a pathological narcissist and a person in the DSM-5 versus what we socially claim to be narcissists. So, always be mindful about throwing terms around. Anyways, number 11, we're going to go ahead and get to your reading. So about this special connection with someone, is it a love connection or do they feel it too? We've got the 8 of Pentacles in reverse, the 5 of Wands upright, and then the 3 of Pentacles. Does this person work really hard? Like, I see this person stressing out over work and money issues. I feel like you take more notice of them than they notice you. It's not necessarily a bad thing. It's because
I'm seeing like toxic masculinity, like their father and brother, like.
Inner conflict about this person, or you're I feel like you might be romanticizing this person a little bit. Now I do feel like, how do I word this? Because I don't think this connection's in your head. I feel like this person, there is a connection here.
I feel like that you might be connected with them because that is what you were taught to expect a partner to behave like. And they are attracted to you because you are attractive.
Ooh, we have a hottie out there.
I
Hey.
see several. Hi.
But yeah, so but with the Three of Pentacles, the Three of Pentacles is all about collaboration, right, and working with others. So I don't know if this is also once again a work person, but I feel like one of the things that draws you in about this person is because maybe they are ambitious and dedicated to themselves. So I do see this person as being somebody who can work out a lot, maybe they stand up for themselves. There's a certain type of power and a little bit of mysteriousness. Okay, yeah. Yeah, a little bit of mysteriousness to this person. So I feel like whenever you're around them, it kind of piques that interest. In terms of like it actually being a soul connection, I'm really not feeling something super strong spiritually. I feel like maybe a spiritual version of you is getting activated, but I don't really feel like this is necessarily like a soulmate or like a forever person, yeah. So I'd say go for it. This person is safe to date, in my opinion. I do see you guys having some conflict, so there might be a couple lessons coming in. But also at the same time, I feel like there's a lot to learn from the way that you fight with this person, if that makes sense. I feel like it's more of a conflict of goals rather than like this person's toxic, that person's toxic. It's more of a this person has this idea of what they want to be successful at, and then you're more focused on the relationship, and so back and forth, you may have a conflict with that person. But I'd say go for it, and I say, okay, one thing that they do feel about you is they do really like your smile. There's something about because this person's so preoccupied with work all the time, whenever they do get those glimpses of being in a relationship with a person, they're considering it. I just feel like you guys are not close enough to really trigger that next step from this person yet. So I'd say keep at it. There's potential. There's definitely some work that needs to be done, but I'd say team up. Focus on friendship first. And I think you guys will be able to work it out. Okay, all right, well, that was our last reading for the night. It is 9 o'clock, so we're going to be wrapping up the show. I just wanted to say special thanks to Captain Quacks for having us here tonight. Woo-hoo! Really appreciate it. You guys have been wonderful hosts. Thank you for allowing us weirdos to make a presence on the stage. Thank you guys, obviously, for coming out and supporting us as well. We really, really appreciate it. This is our first show, so thank you guys so much for supporting it. If you are interested in ever booking either of us, we do tarot readings, energy cleansings, all kinds of stuff. Follow us on our Instagrams. It's Mind Over Mania for me, and then she is Right Answers Only.
Yep, Right Answers Only, and thank you guys so much for coming out and supporting us. You have no idea, like, it made such a big difference. Y'all clapping and laughing and interacting with us. Thank you. Y'all are an amazing audience.
Yeah.
All right, so on to the final portion of the evening is the door prize announcement. Okay,
Woohoo!
so how you guys feeling? Okay, all right.
Not too traumatized. That's
Not
good.
too traumatized. That's awesome. All right, so let's go ahead.
This is door prize number 1.
Okay.
All right, so door prize number 1, we have a shawl that I could have used up here while I was squeezing my butt. All right. So for number 1, prize number 1, we have number 9, Jessie Stewart.
Woo! Jesse!
Woo!
Yes! Hey, Jesse.
Thank you so much for coming. Okay, and now for our second basket, we've got a tarot deck, a notebook, some plushies, and a planter, and some other goodies. All right.
I'm not saying I painted this myself, but
It's adorable.
I know, right? Thank
She's like,
you.
that's the only thing I would have wanted.
All right, well, the number who is winning tonight is number 13. We've got Savannah Walker.
Savannah! You're welcome.
Congratulations.
Sorry, I'll make you another one.
All right, well, that's all the time that we have. Like I said, thank you guys for coming out. My name's Christian. This is Annie, and thank you for coming to Drunk Tarot. All right, have a great rest of your weekend. Get home safe, drink plenty of water. We're going to be hanging out until the end of the evening. Wax closes at 10. But, yeah, we're going to be here, so feel free to ask us questions and come hang out.
No pressure. But if you wanted to tip us, our Venmo and Cash App information are available in the back. No pressure. I was like, you did love us.
Yeah, all right.
Take care.
How did you make it? Because even the person
Are you guys good at guessing zodiac signs?
Chris might be.
I'm just curious.
Are you good at guessing the zodiacs?
Not really, but I can try. Any of the big three. We wanted to do based on their outfits. If you could guess either of you.
outfits.
Any big three.
Okay, I think that you're definitely like either a water or air
You're a
sign.
Pisces.
I'm not a Pisces.
Not a Pisces.
I guess that. I might get guessing Pisces. I'm a Scorpio.
What? You're okay. Wow.
Okay, yeah, you don't get off. And I'm a Gemini rising, so air rising,
Okay.
water.
So you look a lot more like fiery to me.
I was gonna say Aries.
Interesting.
I'm gonna say it's not Taurus for sure because you're way too like personable to be a Taurus. Are you a Taurus?
No, my mom is, but she's like the most perfect person ever.
With strangers though, how is she?
Yeah.
Really?
More personal with strangers than like people she knows.
That's wild.
I have no clue. Oh, she's she's Capricorn double.
Oh, okay,
It's
okay,
the
yeah,
Capricorn
yeah.
that
Yeah. I'm really not good.
No, it's
Sagittarius?
okay. No, absolutely not.
What
But
is
it's
it?
Totally fine. Aquarius, Sun, Leo rising, Gemini moon.
Oh my goodness.
It's just my personality.
Yeah. I don't know that. All I know is I'm a
But I love
Pisces
when
and I'm so much.
Like, I
Yeah.
feel like I do. Like, yeah. I feel
Well,
like I
especially
do
with your
love
friends, you're the
Pisces.
protector, right? You're the protector.
I feel like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I bet that really comes out whenever you're around your friends. Yeah.
I don't know, you'll tell me? Okay, well, thank you. Also, one more question.
Yeah.
This is like a random one I thought of. While you were doing the set, were there any spirits in the room? Like, did you ever feel any presences besides that person's sister?
That the lights mess with me a whole
Okay.
lot. So my thing is like I can look around and see them, right? But if there's like intense light on me, hold on just a second. Like literally, hold on.
I mean, there's usually a lot. I mean, I know for myself personally, I have to learn to turn it off because because usually when you start actually opening your third eye, it starts bombarding you.
Is it like a physical thing you see, or is it more of a feeling and it manifests into like physical? Or
Mine's
like,
totally
I'm like
physical.
not. I don't, and thank God, because I think I would be terrified. But I've always been very curious.
You are at first, right? And then you just get used to it because it doesn't go away. And then you learn how to turn it off. And you're like, oh.
But for you, it's
Okay.
physical.
Yes. Okay, like let me show you literally, okay? So I'm holding an apple in my hand. It's a big gala apple. Okay. And even though I'm not literally holding one, you can kind of see the outline, the shape of it, how it could be. That's how spirits show up, and then my brain fills in the details. That's how it works with me.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
I see there's so much anxiety here though. I don't know whose anxiety that is.
Seeing people.
Yeah.
That's funny. those anxious people.
There's just so much anxiety. So they're like, there's a difference between spirits and attachments. So I see both of those. There's a very specific attachment that goes with anxiety, and then there's like people spirits, like whoever's sister that was. That is an attachment, and it's in the far corner right next to that light up duck. It's literally standing right beside it. And they all look the same. It belongs to a person. Yeah.
My anxiety. I gotta go back to anxiety. Well, thank you so much. Yeah,
Sure.
Are you
Of
gonna have
course.
more shows sometime?
We
Yeah.
hope to.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, this is our first show because
Oh
we've
my
been
god, y'all
wanting.
did so good for your first show. You said your first show. I was like, oh my gosh, wouldn't even tell.
Oh my gosh, thank you.
Absolutely. We will be back when you guys have a second show.
Awesome. Woohoo,
Well,
thank
make sure you follow
you.
our social medias because that's how you know the events that we're doing together and whatnot. So.
Amazing. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
You brought your sexy boyfriend. Oh my god, you're the dude! You're the guy! Oh my god. No, that was one of the funniest things I've done in a while. It was literally just the part where like, who is this man?
Big manly man, like all the hips. Like,
Oh my god, yeah. So you brought him.
Yeah, you're welcome. We wanted to say thank you. It was a great show. I might be a little bit drunk, so I have my keys during my words, but I don't know what's going on.
as long as you have a designated driver.
My designated
Okay,
great.
How do you feel about the shawl?
You like it? Okay, good.
You said it was your first time. I don't think I've done this before.
Well, we used to ask people when we do vendor markets,
Yeah.
and I've been doing my live streams since 2021, so I've been yeah, we were literally like, so much crazy stuff happening here. This is like literally, we were meeting up yesterday night, and being like, I don't know what we're gonna do tomorrow. I was like, we're just supposed to come up with a plan for tomorrow stuff, and we were like, what jokes should we talk about? What are we gonna do? We just said, it'll be fine.
It'll be fine.
Honestly, I like it better. You know, I think when you plan things get a little weird, and I think with us, the way Carol and spirituality, nothing works according to plan.
Yeah.
Just make it up as you go.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, the comedy rates itself, like you're sitting there talking about, like, well, what jokes do you tell? And I was like, my life. Like, I literally just sit here and just talk about what happened to me yesterday. Like, oh my god, like, actually, you want to hear a funny story about what happened? Yesterday, when we sat down, so we were both, like, coming off of this really crappy week. I went to the ER yesterday, so, like, I literally left EGB with my meds, and I was like, I'm gonna go get this drunk tarot stuff figured out. We sit down at, do you know where Freddo ATX is?
I think so. I'm not sure.
Yeah, so it's basically this giant old house that's a coffee shop slash bar. And there's like this outdoor area with these swing sets. I was like, oh, I'm gonna go on the swing set. So I go over to the swing set and I sit and I'm swinging and she's talking, we're just whatever. This random man comes up and sits right next to me on the swing. Now here's what he does though. He's like,
I'll be you.
yeah, he's just like, he pulls out his laptop that's blasting music, okay? And then he's like, no, he's like, sorry, it's too loud. I'm like, it's okay, whatever, do your thing. And then he pulls out a light out of nowhere, and he sits. Again, this is outside at night, he just has like a light shining on his laptop. Yeah, and then he has like all this other stuff, and then he starts to swing on the swing like this.
Literally.
So literally, we're talking, and it's just like,
Looking at Chris like,
are you gonna move? Are you gonna move? And this is like some dude who's like in his 60s, okay? Like, he was like an old dude, and so he was like, yeah, I'm trying to connect to the Wi-Fi. And I'm like,
I'm trying to connect to the Wi-Fi.
I'm trying to connect to the Wi-Fi. And it's like, okay, yeah, okay. Yep, so then eventually, finally, like, we were sitting there trying not to laugh. I mean, I was laughing. I was just like, so yeah, we're like talking about like we gotta pick up this thing. And then finally, you finally said, like, oh, I don't want to disturb you anymore.
Yeah.
We're gonna move.
The guy at the end left, so we had room to be at the other end.
Swing it all after.
I didn't go over. You probably would have had a blast.
Oh my goodness. You probably would have. You probably would have, but I don't know.
I didn't want to talk to him after. I'm sorry. If you're like swinging at me that way, I'm like.
Get to know us first. Like I can swing at you, but a stranger swinging at each other.
Well, because like to me, if he just came up and was like friendly or talking, but no, he just sat there. He just awkwardly was quietly there, doing his thing, and then just kind of like ominously swinging. Yeah, because normally I'd be like, oh yeah, come hang out. You know, we're obviously loud and weird and whatever, so.
And you're obviously quiet and weird. So.
Like, oh, we're quiet.
Yeah, imagine.
Like, we gotta be considerate.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've been the quiet weird person, but not that kind of quiet weird.
Yeah.
I know my background.
Anyway, that's what happened. We're so glad to see y'all, by the way. Thank you so much for coming.
We don't know yet either. This was kind of like it happened because we've been trying to make this happen for a while. But there definitely will be future shows. Announcements will probably be on social media. Yeah, we just gotta find some more venues.
I hope you have a great night.
I hope you do too. Bye. Okay, so let's get all this shit off first.
Yeah. I think it's because we're doing something that's similar to trainers that you don't have to. Plus, also, we've already been doing it, so it's like it's easy. Yeah, I think the door prices help because I feel like people have want to women. Honestly though, I think if it went longer than 2 hours, I would have to watch. I would too. I'm done. You know what I mean? Especially channeling and talking and all that. Like,
Don't block your presence.
Weaponizing. Well, thank you for helping me weaponize and guilt trip. Pressure, peer pressure.
I'm just gonna scan it. So I haven't thought about what I am scan. I know.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. And honestly,
I like stuff somewhere over there too.
I've never been that comfortable on stage. And
Me either. Whenever I took speech class in college, right, I was literally.
yeah,
Yeah.
oh yeah. And that's why I'm like, this is like a weird phenomenon. You're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go up on stage and I'm gonna randomly, spontaneously do this. Like I've never do something like that. Right? Well, I mean, I shouldn't say it's like a complete like me just being constantly out in the sky. A lot of it, I think, was
I'm also a great crowd. So like I have not been able to get to some of the stage. I'm gonna follow you on. Keep the food. I have one more thing.
yeah, I think Tara just attracts me really great crowd. I'm just happy that I laughed. And that's the part, okay, because I was so terrified of like, if only
You say fan. I'm gonna run fan. And I hate fan.
No, basically you can search your cartoon buddies and have conversations with them. And it's so nice.
Wow.
oh my gosh, you like Sans?
It's the best. Oh my god, actually. Always look at it. You'll protect you about maybe this is honestly it's all of mom's BS. It's so nice to talk to. Oh no!
Yeah, I was gonna say no, not the characters that announced that you're thinking about. Medium and like
Yeah, I used to really throw myself into those shows again. You know.
you should go to Kirby Lane. Because Kirby Lane is usually up late. Alright, well we need to
Yeah.
oh well definitely.
Ellie, did we make you some good money, girl?
Yes.
Yes!
Yes. Yeah, go ahead and bring that up.
You said the table's yours, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Folding table is mine. I was gonna say that would be a shame because that's really cute.
Thank you. I'm really enjoying it. I don't.
Oh, wait, before you take the photo, I was gonna photo. Yeah. Actually, we're gonna need to get a photo in front of this.
Yes, definitely.
Hey Hutch, could you get a photo of us?
Yeah.
I just want to make sure we do it before we.
You want me to take it with one of your phones so that we don't have to deal with the whole debacle of if it never gets to you?
Yes, please.
Okay, I'm gonna do this one because it's here.
Okay. You're gonna have to open it.
I was gonna say, wow, this is an Android phone suddenly enough.
Yeah, I don't have money for Apple.
Oh Jesus.
No hate.
You are still here. Hi. Thank you so much for watching our live stream. This is Mind Over Mania. My name's Christian. Take care. I will see you guys around. Bye.
Okay, are we holding it or are we like